Hey everyone, it's Allie with ANC Photography. I have been getting questions about how I do my minis. I do them very often because I like to make capturing people's moments affordable. And an easy way to do that is minis, especially when you already have the props available and you just continually do them each year. You're not, if you want to freshen up and add a couple of little things here and there. I get a lot of my mini props from thrift stores, the dollar store. Amazon when they're having sales. It's a huge thing to do, is getting props off of there. So I'll start from like the beginning of the year. January, I don't do anything. It's usually cold, not fun. February, I do Valentine's minis. Those did pretty good this year. I put a profit into it last year because I didn't have the props for it last year because it was the first year I offered. This year I had quite a few books and I didn't have to put anything into it because I had already bought the props. The only thing that went into it was my gas and my time. So Valentine's minis in February. It's now March. So March and April I do spring minis. Something that's been really popular in my area, at least, of Northwest Florida has been live animals. For like Easter and spring minis, like little baby bunnies, baby chicks, even baby calves, those types of animals. Doing those for your minis has been super popular. I've seen a lot of ladies in my mom's groups asking about who's offering those. I am not this year. I've had too much going on to configure putting live animals with toddlers and or babies. So I haven't done that this year. I've been traveling a lot and everything else. So those minis have been super popular. Also ones where you've got somebody with you dressed up as the Easter Bunny. That's been somewhat popular, not insanely, but kind of. I did bubble minis, which was pretty popular, which is literally I got a $16 bubble machine from Walmart and $1 giant container of bubbles. I took out some of my spring minis stuff that I had from last year for my spring photos and I just put it out there, popped on the bubble machine, and you get so many gorgeous candid shots with the kids running around, playing in the bubbles, trying to pop them. It's super easy and cheap because you don't even have to have the spring stuff set up. You can literally just do bubble minis in a field, get a bubble machine, you're spending $20, you're done, and you can price them however you feel like you need to price them. Let's see, for spring, those are the three that I've seen super popular: live animals, Easter Bunny, and my bubble minis. Let's see, fall, well, let's start summertime. I haven't really done a whole lot of summer minis because out here it gets so hot and so humid. It's just uncomfortable. So, summertime, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I know I'm going to do some beach ones, some surfing minis. Those are going to be $100. My usual price is usually $80, but for the beach ones, I do have to travel like 45 minutes. And a lot goes into that. So $100 for those. And that's the max I charge for any of my mini sessions. If it's a travel, $100. If it's not, and I'm staying fairly local, $80. But doing something that's more unique, like surfing minis or sandcastle minis. We do have, I do believe he's called Dan in the Sand. He's a local artist out here who does these amazing sand sculptures, and you could pay him to do, I'm not sure how much he costs, but I do believe you can commission him to make a sand sculpture, stuff like that, and you can just kind of ask him what he can do, see if he's got options. I'm not sure. I want to look into them for next year. But doing something that's, like, spring break or summer break, 2023, 2024, whenever you're doing it, and do a sand sculpture, and the family and kids get to take a picture with the sand sculpture. You can have them building their own sand castles in front of it, stuff like that. Something that's super unique, and especially if they're visiting, that would be a huge tourist attraction, is doing something like that. And you're also supporting another local artist and getting their business out there and everything else. So I would advise, if you're in my area of Northwest Florida, near Pensacola, Navarre, Gulf Breeze, all of that, try something more unique like that. I know a lot of people are doing stuff out at Fort Pickens. I don't go out there super often. I want to. It's a decent drive from where I live. I used to live in Navarre, and at that point, yeah, it was so much easier to do sessions out there. I did my brother's out, his senior pictures out towards that way years ago. But it's a gorgeous area out there to do minis if you want to go to Fort Pickens. If you are local to this area, do some minis out there. But just in general, something that's unique to your town, that's unique to your area, that's kind of a touristy spot, but not too touristy that it's going to be overcrowded while you're taking photos. Doing minis out there during the summertime, where you know there's going to be a lot of people that are visiting, get your name out there, get everything advertised, and offer some unique stuff that is unique to your area. Now, as for, let's see, out of summer, go into fall. I've tried doing fall minis before with just normal fall decor. They don't sell, at least not for me, not the way I've done them. I personally just don't prefer them. We have an area out here, a farm that is family owned, called Holland Farms. They have got a sunflower field. They have got train tracks where there's a red train that they have driving around. They have got a wildflower field. They have got a pumpkin patch. They have got a corn maze. They have got photo props set up with tractors and just different wagons and stuff like that. Different things set up for photo props, because they know a lot of us photographers go there. What is my hair doing? Anyways, I did a lot of full price sessions out there last year, and this year I'm going to offer at least one day, maybe two. Depends on how fully booked I am this year with my main sessions, which I booked up back to back last season. So I might try to put the mini days out before I start booking my full days. Well, full session days. Because with those, I usually can only fit 2 to 3 full price sessions, full size sessions in per day, because it's a lot. But doing some minis in a local farm or field, just things that you know are seasonal, that are a big attraction for people normally, whether they're tourists or your local people that are in your area. Our farm out here, we've got Sweet Seasons and Holland Farms that I know of. I think there might be one or two other, but I prefer Holland Farms because we know the people that work there. And I've been shooting there for 2 years now. This year will be my 3rd year doing my annual sessions out there. I just love it. The people that work there are great. And it's very well kept. It's a very nicely put together, attraction area. It's really nice. My daughter had a school field trip out there this past year. So I know it's great. It's all family oriented. They get food trucks out there. So I'm able to, when I'm out there doing sessions and I have a break, I specifically space my sessions out to where I can stop. I can go inside and get some water or a snack, or I can go to one of the food trucks and sit down, edit my previous session, and have a break and have something to eat. It's a great spot. Go to these local places so you're supporting family farms, you're supporting family businesses. It's awesome because I'm supporting local food trucks and I'm supporting a local family farm. Doing mini sessions somewhere like that is awesome. I love doing it. Just in general sessions out there. So I'm going to do at least 1 to 2 days packed with minis. I say packed, but I'm only going to do 5 sessions, 5 minis each day, because it can get to be a lot. So doing something that's also local to your area, farm-wise, or just in general, that has that fall look to it, a local spot, whether it's a family farm or it's just a park that you know of that looks gorgeous during the fall, that's super pretty for photos. Do something like that that's unique to your area, that you know people already love. Doing something that way can also help book up. I know a lot of people, there's different areas where there's cherry blossoms and stuff like that on different, in different states. They have different things that are popular to that state at that time of year. Stuff like that. Book your minis around those. that you know are already popular. Those usually help it sell. Because they're already well-known areas that people know. Oh wow, I took a cell phone picture out there last year and I loved that. So booking a professional photographer for that would be stunning. Yes. So doing that is going to be good for fall. Christmas, you can't go wrong with Santa, the Grinch, or right now, Buddy the Elf is actually popular. I wanted to do that this past year, but I could not coerce my husband into dressing up as Buddy the Elf. Boo. But we did the Grinch the year before last, and that was a huge hit. I spent $150 on the costume on Amazon. You can also do, so Santa was a huge thing because not everybody wants to do, go to Bass Pro Shop or Sears or whatever. I'm showing my age right now with the fact that Sears and JCPenney's are not really much of a thing anymore, but when I was a kid, going to get your portrait done there was a huge thing. There are family photos of me with, oh, I look bad. Just really short hair. It's bad. Let's just not get into it. But doing those kind of portraits are not what everybody always wants. Sometimes they want a more classic, outdoor even kind of setup with something more unique. With a local photographer rather than going into the studios at these shops. Doing something like that makes your business makes their photos more unique, and can boost your business, because a lot of my clients that I had gotten recently were from holiday minis because there was a cheaper option for them. It was something for the holidays. They're going to treasure that. They're going to look back on that. They're going to want prints of that. Those were a huge seller. So anything with the Grinch, Buddy the Elf is popular, and of course you can't go wrong with Santa. So doing those types of themes for your Christmas minis can be a huge thing, because that's what a lot of people look for, because it makes their photos with, a Christmas character more unique than going to a set up a Bass Pro Shop. No hate to Bass Pro Shop, their photos are usually really cute. But a lot of people want a more unique style nowadays. So being able to do a mini with characters is a huge plus, and those usually sell out really quickly, especially in my area that I'm at. So that pretty much, I tried offering New Year's minis last year. Nobody cared, which is fine. I didn't think anybody would, but I figured it was worth a shot. But like I said, that covers January through December, all year long. Those are some things that I've seen either that I've done that have worked, or things that in my area, just in general, other local photographers have had the ability to do that I've seen have really worked well for them. But like I said, it's all depending on the area you're in, the type of tourism you get, the times of year that your tourism is the highest, the times of year that you see people wanting to really get photos done. There's some people that really don't care about getting Christmas photos, that wait for those spring photos to come around. There's just, it's different in everybody's area. Ours is a lot of fall minis for Holland Farms, just in general fall sessions. So that's why I'm offering minis this year instead of just full-size sessions, so that way a lot of people can afford them. Instead of my $300 price, people can get a mini session for $80. So just keep your prices fair. Make sure that you do some research into your area, see what's been popular in the last year or so you know what to really do, because mini sessions can be a big investment when it comes to props. I know that is other than my newborns and Cake Smash, my minis take the most props, because everybody wants that cute setup with all the decorations and stuff behind them. Holland Farms one's not as much, because you've got the flowers. So you really don't need much else for those, which is good, because it's a giant farm and toting around props would be a pain in the butt. The most I took is when I know kids, families have little ones, which happened last year, which I love, because I got, 3 from just one of my sessions. One of my family sessions there last year, ended up getting 3 photos, ended up getting published. But especially one of this family's, their daughter, she's so tiny, dimples were precious. She had the cutest dress on that matched with the farm perfectly. But I brought a blanket for them to sit on, so that was easy, and it was just a light blanket. They came, they sat on it. It was that way they didn't get dirt on them, stuff like that, because you're in a farm. But just local things to your area that you can see from past photographers sell well. Join a local photography group, ask questions, be like, hey, y'all are local to here. What's sold best for you? See what their price ranges are. Try to kind of mingle in with that. Get a competitive price going. Just try to adjust to your local area as best as possible. I didn't do that at first years ago when I started trying to kind of get out there, and it really kicked me in the pants. I ended up giving up for a while and just not doing photography because I didn't realize it wasn't that I was bad at photos, it was the fact that I was bad at marketing. And learning your market for your area is huge. That will boost your business. It will help to bring in more clients. Really pay attention to your area and what others offer around you, and that will help to kind of take off with your business. Because I've gotten a lot of my current clientele from mini sessions because they've come, they've seen at an affordable rate what I can do, and then they're like, okay, yeah, you're obviously worth your full price. Let's book one. So it gets your name out there. It gets you a good amount of clientele built up. I don't know if y'all could hear my toddler grumble in the background, but that's what that was. There's no little gremlin running around. It's my toddler upstairs refusing to take a nap. But anyways, so on that, I will end this because I have housework to get done. But I just want to get on and address that because I've had a couple people ask about them, and it is getting to summertime and springtime and everything else. So I wanted to kind of pop on, let you guys know what successfully has worked for me with mini sessions. So hopefully you guys will be able to be successful with them too. Don't get discouraged if you come up with an idea and it just doesn't work. It happens. It happens to everybody. It doesn't mean that you're bad at what you do. Doesn't mean your photos are bad. Doesn't mean you're not worth it. It just means that not a lot of people are interested in that specific theme. You move on. You look at your area, see what's really running well, and move on from there. So don't get discouraged if you do some mini sessions and they really don't work. That just means, hey, I did them, didn't work out, oh well. But my advice also, do not go out and buy props for them until you have at least booked and you can pay for those props and have money left over. I know I did that for my bohos. I put my price up there. I had one person book, and when that one person had booked, I used that money and I got affordable props that I knew would look great. And that way I am not buying props and they are not going to waste. They will be used for at least one session. So that is my advice. Don't put money into it without having somebody actually booking. Something I do with my business is I only use money from my business to put into my business. I don't take money out of our regular bank account to spend from regular paychecks. I don't put that into my business. I only put in what I am making. That is something that you need to do if you can, because otherwise you're just going to end up really bleeding yourself dry on money, and it's going to come out of things that doesn't need to come out of. So unless you're going to make a profit off of it, don't put the money into it. That's something I had to learn very quickly. So that way we weren't using money from our own bank account to put into my business. At first I did because I wasn't making any money, and it was a big investment, and it has paid off. It's taken time, but it's paid off. But when you start to kind of get a better income, when you have your gear that you need to do all these, then put that money aside from your sessions to put towards, more things for your business. But I hope you guys have an awesome week. I think today is Thursday. So close to the weekend. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Make sure you like and subscribe. I have quite a bit of people who watch my videos that are not subscribed, and don't really interact with the videos. They just watch them. So if you enjoy these videos, if you enjoy me sitting down and talking you guys through some helpful things and showing you guys what I do and how I do it, please subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell so you know when I post next, and make sure you like, comment, engage, share the videos. because that will help me to get my name out there and to get my channel out there so I can help more photographers that need advice, that don't want to pay for master classes and stuff like that, and that can't afford. Like I can't. I literally grew and learned so much from people just, you know, doing what I do, which is making videos for free and letting people just learn from that. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow, all that jazz. I will see you guys next week.